Hello, it's a Fixvirus security show. And December the 13th. I know I took a day off yesterday. Apologize for that, but I was trying to get some other work done. So let's move on to the news of the day. So Microsoft recalled a patch, the patch for Exchange Server yesterday. So unfortunately, this happens periodically. That Microsoft puts the patch up and then it actually doesn't work properly, and sometimes it breaks things, sometimes it just doesn't work. So it's not actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I recommend what you do. Remember, I said a couple days ago you should patch your systems. Well, everybody should test the patches before they install them. I would just say patch your systems. I didn't say, you know, patch your systems and then break your systems. Obviously, I meant to say do it correctly. So you have to patch your systems, and by patching your systems, that means you got to test the patches first, and then it works correctly, and then we're all happy campers. So, and this is specific to the Exchange Server 2007 Service Pack 3, Service Pack 1, and Cumulative Update 6. So anyways, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I recommend that you read the threat post blog post that is about this December 11th. Yesterday, there's the post. I will put a link up so you can look at it if you want to look at some of the details. Okay, that's the news of the day. So let's go on to the tip of the day. Tip of the day. I will discuss PCI compliance today. Some of the difficulties of PCI compliance. So, I don't know if you know, PCI compliance, payment card industry, means if you have if you're a service provider, if you're a bank, a lot of different companies, but let's focus on the service providers, the ones that accept our credit cards, take our money, and they use the credit cards to take our money. So they have the information on their networks for a little time. So the PCI compliance means that you have to do penetration testing. You've got to do a lot of different things, but specifically I want to focus on pen testing. The PCI compliance standard has been changed. So November 2013, the latest standard is DSS 3.0. So we have on DSS 3.0 for pen testing, 11.3.2, it says perform internal penetration testing at least annually and after any significant infrastructure or application upgrade or modification, such as an operating system upgrade, a subnetwork added to the environment, or a web server added to the environment. So there's a little leeway there too. What modification? You may be just adding a local computer. Is that enough to require a new penetration testing? And it says annually. That's a lot. That's not that much testing actually. So once a year, is that enough really? So it does of course depend on how many changes there are and how often you look into those changes. But my issue with it is that there's a lot of these little bullet points do not have enough information on there. What kind of pen test are they looking for? In the up at the top at the 11.3, it says it's based on industry accepted penetration testing approaches. For example, NIST SP 800 115. NIST is the National science technology standard. So it includes coverage for the entire CDE perimeter and critical systems, includes testing for both inside and outside the network, includes testing to validate any segmentation and scope reduction controls, defines application layer penetration tests to include, at a minimum, the vulnerability listed in requirement 6.5. 6.5 is about code that you've created yourself. So obviously, when you're creating your own code for your website or for other applications that maybe process the credit cards, then you can have a lot of different kinds of bugs, you can have a lot of different vulnerabilities. So that's what they're talking about there. That is a whole other potential problem. So what I recommend is that you create a proper security policy that you're constantly working on, that is clear and discusses industry standards. And obviously you notice the issue with this is they're talking about penetration testing for anybody that has that accepts credit cards. So any service provider must have penetration testing. Yes, I do penetration testing for companies. I'm in the middle of one right now. But unfortunately, if you have PCI compliance, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get hacked, because this PCI compliance is not that specific, and it's not because there are many different kinds of environments. Your personnel, the number one method of getting hacked is malware. So if one of your users clicks on malware and then the offending software is on your network, that's very hard to fix with penetration testing. Now we're talking about antivirus, we're talking about malware. There are many aspects of the security policy. That's why I say you've got to have a very good security policy. And again, the main reason with this is that you've got to work on PCI compliance with a security policy. Security policy is the thing that will solve your problem of better security, much higher chance of not getting hacked. And that's what we all want. We don't want to be hacked. We want our credit card statements to have our purchasers on there, not some criminal in Russia or Ukraine or whatever. So thank you. I'm gonna try my hardest to do daily video logs, and definitely we'll come back on Monday and we'll do another one. And I'll put more information on the website to see what's happening. If I don't get to a video log on that day, maybe it will be every 2 days or something. But I'll communicate that on the website. Thank you. Thanks for another Fixvirus security show. It's always good to listen to some Van Halen. So, all right. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Good rest of the weekend. We'll see you on Monday.